Hey everyone, welcome back. Ready for another deep dive.
Absolutely. Let's do it.
All right, so today we're digging into the hidden agenda, uncovering political presuppositions in speech and media.
Interesting title. I'm curious to see what they're saying.
Me too.
Yeah.
And this forward, it really sets the stage for how language, even like those things we don't say out loud, those assumptions, how it can really be used to shape the narrative, you know?
Yeah, like how it influences what people believe. I can see that.
Exactly. And one of the things the book claims right off the bat is, get this, language is a weapon, especially in the political arena.
A weapon, huh? I mean, I get it. Words have power.
It's true. Have you ever noticed how, like, politicians or even the media sometimes will say something,
Yeah.
but it's like what they're not saying?
Right. It's like they're implying something else entirely.
Exactly.
And they're very deliberate with their words. It's all about framing the issue in a way that influences how the public perceives it.
It's true. And it's not like this is a one-sided thing.
No, not at all. It's not about pointing fingers at a particular political party. Both sides use these tactics. That's what I think is so important about this book. It's about equipping people to see through these tactics, no matter who's using them.
Yeah. It's about being aware, being your own kind of watchdog.
Exactly. Think about it this way. Someone says, "Are you still going to that gym?" Sounds innocent, right?
Right.
But they're implying that maybe you've stopped going. See? Hidden assumption.
That's a good point. I never thought of it that way. It's so subtle.
Exactly. And in political speech, those hidden messages, those presuppositions, they're everywhere.
So presuppositions, these hidden messages, what are some of the ways politicians use them?
Well, the book breaks down several types, but let's focus on a couple for now. There's something called existential presupposition. That's when a speaker implies something exists without actually proving it. You'll hear them say things like, "We need to combat the rising threat of," and then they'll mention some issue. But they haven't actually shown that this threat is real or even exists in the way they're suggesting. So sneaky.
Right. And then there's causal presupposition. This one is all about subtly planting a cause and effect relationship in your mind.
Ooh, I've seen that one. Give us an example.
Okay, so someone might say, ever since policy X was put into place, the economy's been a disaster. They're leading you to connect those two things, policy X and the bad economy, as if one directly caused the other, when in reality, it could be way more complex than that.
It's like they're rewriting history, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're controlling the narrative with just a few carefully chosen words.
Hmm.
And this is why, picking up on these presuppositions, it's so important, because it's about becoming a more critical thinker, a more informed citizen.
It's like having a superpower. You can cut through all the noise and see what's really being said.
I love that analogy. It's like you're learning to decode the matrix, see the patterns in the language.
Yes. So like what can our listeners do to start, developing this superpower? Well, next time you're listening to a politician or even just reading a news article, ask yourself, what is the speaker assuming to be true, even if they haven't explicitly said it?
Ooh, good question. I like that.
And then, even more importantly, what are they not saying?
It's like you're reading between the lines, right?
Exactly. Because
Right.
what they choose to leave out can be just as revealing as what they choose to include.
This has been a really insightful deep dive. And I have to say, this book, The Hidden Agenda, it really does open your eyes to how language shapes our political landscape, doesn't it?
Totally. It's a must-read for anyone who wants to be a more informed and discerning consumer of information, especially in this day and age.
Couldn't agree more. Well, we hope this deep dive has given you some new tools for navigating the world of political speech.
Absolutely. And keep in mind, this is just the tip of the iceberg. There's so much more to explore.
Exactly. So stay curious and keep those critical thinking caps on. We'll see you next time for another deep dive.
Sounds good. See you then.